I am God, three-nature God. Kifaru, a racist. Let's give an example. In the Holy Quran it says, I am better than he. You have created me of fire, while him did you create out of dirt. Right, these are the words of Iblisu, the first racist. First racist ever recorded in history. He rejected Allah by hating on Adam's black skin. Ain't that right? So a racist, according to Allah's definition, who is the best of judges? It's anyone who hates on someone because of something artificial intelligence, like skin tone, economic or social status, height, hair, texture, and the like. Idolatry, which is called mushrika, shirkin, is to big yourself over somebody because of all these artificial. Your big saver gets up, big savings account, because he can pay the bills, has a better house, car, or worldly status, because she got massa paying her for her food or her shelter. Yeah, all these are behaviors of the kafir. This is season 3, Ghetto News Report, and I am God, three-nature God. This is RGY Ministries. We are here in this live in the studios of nature. We recording in nature. We don't get no realer than this. We on the front line. We're in the midst of the shit. Here to give you your first report today. The Kansas Ku Klux Klan shot a pregnant black woman and sent her man running on the probability of a carjacking. This is beautiful Leona Hill in the month of June, y'all. We just started in this month and we already got a black woman pregnant shot in Ku Klux Klan, Kansas. But what really touched me about this particular story is that she survived. So now we're gonna get the real story when she get recovered up, and cause they say the woman got like a fucked up body, man. Neither here or there, but what needs to be clear is that this man that was with her ran. And when we're talking about justice in a time of injustice, the black man cannot be acting all hard on the street, on the block, in front of a fucking deli store in New York City, but then you can turn on the TV and see a black man running away from some Ku Klux Klan members. A pregnant black woman can't even get the protection of a black man because she doesn't have a protector. The black man is afraid of racists. Like, you gotta look at this. A probability of a carjacking, but she's a pregnant woman. They say that the police shot her at a parking lot. And I got the video of the woman. Matter of fact, let's get into the video.
Here to get some gas, y'all, and to get some ice cream for my kids, y'all. And my son just watched this. My 1-year-old son just watched this. My 10-year-old son just watched this. And my 13-year-old son just watched this happen. The man ran. She was finna corrupt. 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 The man ran. She was finna cooperate. She got scared. She ran down there. They shot her. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So you get it. The man ran. We talking about black men not getting any respect from the black woman. I mean, you gotta just let that shit sink. That's why black women don't really fuck with us like that. And it's very hard for a righteous man to get her to see me for who I am, when this is constantly being shown in public. We are live, three-nature God. We are in nature doing a live actual recording because we are really activists. Unlike these fake niggas on YouTube who like to make money. Yo, check this out. They got her at a parking lot. And they say that this was a potential carjacking. I gotta really think about this because I remember, you gotta remember the KKK are now in police badges. The racists hid under new identities. Can't become so naive, black folk. You gotta know your enemy. You see, they use the law as a predisposition to do the evil. A carjacking, but the carjacker's gonna go kick it with a pregnant black woman in a parking lot. But they can use that type of like probable cause to justify doing some terrorist shit. So you see, it's still happening. They just became more obvious and stupider, because that's actually some stupid ass excuse to kill a nigga, but they can get away with it because the black man is so afraid. I mean, he's running away and he left his woman unprotected with a pregnant child. They damn near almost killed this woman. This is a miracle. Allah saved that woman, so she can now live to tell a story, but she will forever be traumatized. She probably won't trust another black man again. But I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive that woman and show her mercy, because you see, who knows, were they married? We can get into all that, because if you're not married and you didn't have God in your heart. So you gotta understand, when you're dealing with disbelievers as your boyfriends, it doesn't matter if your man is like fully melanated, like through nature God, or like nature God. If he don't got God in his heart, trust me, when a white man want to pull up on you and do a Leona Hale, he will do it and the nigga will run. We're live in the studio. We're going to continue to show you some of the news. Okay, this is also in the month of June. A 2019 U.S. civilian drone strike still goes unpunished. We got the United States overseas dropping drones on innocent people. Abdel Matari with his family were on their way to an open house property engagement. He was the only survivor. Look at what they fucking did to this man. 2019, yo. It's 3 years ago, and they still exist. This case right here has still gone unpunished. We're gonna go into some of the video and show you the interview with this man. We're gonna have people who are live on the scene to give you good information. But I mean, this right here, this imagery should be enough to show you the kind of enemy that you're dealing with. We show you what they do to black people here in America. This is what they do to people overseas. We got a bunch of people right here in America blinded in the matrix, continuing to chase the Rice Krispie treats of the master, who controls them mentally because they're scared. They're scared of the racists. But then they're gonna take their kids to the movie theater to watch about a good guy defeating the villain. I swear, a lot of these parents are not good parents, man. Let's get into some video.
Hospital bed describing his struggle.
It affected me greatly. My children are without their schools. My life is scattered. My children stay with me and cannot go out because of my disability. 4 years and I haven't moved. I cannot do anything without my children, and I do not move except with my children's help. I can only go to the bathroom with my children. I can only wash with my children. And I can only walk with my children. I deprive them of their youth, and they are just school children. I deprive them of education. I deprive them of freedom. I deprived them of going out and mixing with people because they sat with me at home for 24 hours a day. I have a son who finished high school and has hopes that he will finish his university education, but he could not. And I have another son who finished the 9th grade when the strike happened and did not continue his education because he was attendant to me. I have 2 daughters who were deprived of school. My whole family is shattered, and they tell us that they are fighting terrorism. What kind of terrorism? What is this terrorism they are fighting? Where is it? They should know who they are and who they are bombing, not like this.
That's Adel El-Mantari speaking from his hospital bed. His supporters have asked the Pentagon
Okay, the Almighty Allah told the names of all of his proofs to Adam. Then he displayed the spirit of Adam to the angels and said, tell me the names of these people if you truly more worthy of becoming a caliph on the earth. Like chapter 2, verse number 33, Allah is talking to the angels about how he's gonna make a caliph on the earth. And the angels are basically having a conversation like, really? You're gonna do that? Like, and we always praising you, and like they actually thought that was a bad idea. So Allah basically created a creature called Adam, the first man, and gave him all the knowledge of, basically like the story of creation. So now Adam is alive and he's telling the angels, tell me the names of these people if you truly are more worthy, right? Because they doubted the Most High. So the angels are like, you are pure, for we do not have any knowledge except what you taught us. Surely you are all-knowing. And what the Almighty Allah asked Adam to tell the names of the people. And he did. So then the angels became aware of the status of the personalities of Allah. So even though the angels are in close proximity to God, they're up there in heaven, closer towards the throne of the Most High, even though Adam was just put in the story, Allah gave him more knowledge. So the angels thought that, because they had more seniority, that they should have more privilege to rule Allah's kingdom. You see what I'm saying? So the names that Allah is talking about in chapter 2, verse number 31, right? Anbi'uni bi asmi'u. Awliyu in kuntum sadiqin, right? Tell me the names of the awliyu, of them. This is plural form. So according to Imam Jafar Sadiq, this is the sixth Moorish crown. The names that Adam learned was about the 12 princes that's been talked about in the Torah, right? That was going to be given to Ishmael to be a great nation, to bless all the tribes of the earth. Like 12 princes will come from the blood of the Moors. So this is the names that the angels did not know about. When the Most High said, tell me the names, the angels knew about it, but they didn't know the names. Adam knew. So the reality is, you see, the world, if they truly believe in Allah, they're supposed to be looking for the 12th Moorish son, which is the Mahdi, and that is me, Minister Saeed, Nature God. 3, I am God, here in the full effect to tell you guys I'm live in nature, reporting the news, so y'all better come and get the clues and understand this is Kamaluddin, page 33, Nature God. 12 Moorish crowds, that's that man, Matadi, can't even do nothing for his own kids. America's blowing their motherfucking legs off and shit. But this is a video game to these niggas out here, y'all. This is disgusting, the type of injustice that's going on in the world, and the Muslim leaders all over the world ain't saying shit, ain't doing shit, don't want to be about shit. So this is why the whole entire Muslim world, who's really a believer, is looking for the 12th Moorish son, because Adam even knew about us. This is all in the prophecy. So we're going to continue to report the news. Y'all better continue to subscribe and share this information and let your Muslim imams know that they're hypocrites for not speaking out against the government for the evil. But they're going to continue to take donations during the month of Ramadan, during Hajj, all throughout the four months, the holy months of Islam, all in America with these 501c non-profit organizational masjids taking your money. Meanwhile, this type of evil that I'm reporting is going on, and they ain't gonna do shit. Who's down with me? Who you with, nigga?
Oklahoma, a man armed with a rifle and a handgun stormed a medical office building on Wednesday, killing 4 people, wounding others before turning the gun on himself. Police have not identified the shooter. They said the attack was not random, but are withholding other details. Michelle Nathan witnessed the aftermath of the assault.
I was coming to the doctor, and I got my grandkids with me in this terrible scene. It's awful. It's sad. My daughter-in-law is from Buffalo, so now it's so close to home. It's not even safe if you come outside anymore, you know. My prayers go out to everyone that's in that building.
According to the Gun Violence Archive, the Tulsa attack was the 233rd mass shooting since January 1st. There have been at least 20 mass shootings since last week's massacre of 21 people at the Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas. In Buffalo, New York, a white man accused of murdering 10 black people in a supermarket May 14th was indicted Wednesday on 25 counts, including domestic terrorism and murder as a hate crime. Prosecutors say the 18-year-old was radicalized through online forums such as 4chan, authored a racist manifesto, live-streamed his shooting spree. If convicted, the white supremacist gunman will face an automatic sentence of life in prison without parole. In Uvalde, Texas, hundreds of mourners gathered Wednesday for the funeral of Irma and Joe Garcia. Irma was killed alongside another teacher and 19 fourth graders last week at Robb Elementary School by a teenage gunman with an assault rifle. 2 days after her murder, her husband, Joe, died of a fatal heart attack. They're survived by 4 children. The funeral came as public anger mounted over the response of police who waited over an hour to enter the classroom where the massacre took place. On Wednesday, it emerged that the Uvalde School District Police Chief, Pete Arredondo, the incident commander, told a team of Border Patrol officers not to enter the classroom where the gunman killed 21 people. The officers eventually defied the order, engaging and killing the gunman.
Yeah, so you see all these little attacks in schools, grocery stores. You had the shooting in New York with the Brooklyn subway shooter. All this is happening consecutively and routinely in a certain order. Y'all gotta really pay attention. I actually don't believe that all these reports of these people dying is true. I'd rather see the open casket for evidence. Because a lot of this shit that they say on the media is a bunch of lies so they can continue to further the agenda to move to the next level. What's sad is a whole bunch of niggas know what I'm saying, but they still on the yard. They still on the yard like little Sambo niggas because they don't want to acknowledge the truth. It's like that dude who ran away when the police came up on him and shot his girl. See, the black man, he'll see the bullshit, but he'll still be that dude quiet as fuck. This is the reality, is that the white man can get away with telling you this amount of many people died, that amount of many people died, and niggas will just believe it because they scared of the white man. He's a racist, and they scared of racism. So they're not ready to stand up against racism because they scared, they're cowards. You see what I'm saying? So they can tell you, oh yeah, somebody shot up the store, 10 people died, and motherfuckers will just believe that shit because they're so scared of the white man. For me, I say, show me the fucking casket, because I'm right on the front line. I'm out here every single night and day. I'm a real activist. I'm out here every night and day. Can't nobody get no motherfucking front line than me. Because I'm really in this motherfucker. I am God, three-nature God. Everybody else just watch like TV. So y'all gotta wake up and smell the coffee. Y'all gotta see what they're really trying to push is that Agenda 21. We did that in season 1 though. We in season 3 now. We in season 3, so y'all gonna have to catch up, man. Rex 84, Agenda 21, y'all need to catch up. Yeah.
Patrol is investigating a case of suspected monkeypox in Georgia, the 18th such case in the U.S. this year. It's one of 550 cases seen across 30 countries detected around the globe this year. On Wednesday, the World Health Organization said the virus has likely been spreading undetected for some time outside of West and Central Africa, where the disease has large animal reservoirs. This is WHO Emergencies Director Mike Ryan.
There are thousands and thousands of cases of monkeypox every year in Africa, and there are deaths every year. And our concern now is real. We have a concern about this disease spreading in Europe. But I certainly didn't hear that same level of concern over the last 5 or 10 years. So I think this is a lesson. These diseases will continue to emerge. They will continue to pressure. They will continue to cross the species barrier. The question is, are we in a position to collectively respond?
See, the reality is the white man will tell you a fucking chicken with a cow mixed with a fucking mosquito pox just emerged. But as long as they're associated with black people, everybody will believe it. So this now new case of monkeypox has now spread news amongst the white elite. And they're saying, we don't want this monkeypox to come to us white folks in Europe because we're pure and holy, right? So how the hell did you find out what a fucking monkeypox is? How the hell did you come to the conclusion that it's called monkeypox, nigga? They said that this is in Africa, Central and West Africa. So how were you able to even come to the conclusion that it's called monkeypox? How did it start? Where did it evolve from? They say it's been studied for a course of time. So that means they allowed this shit to continue to evolve without putting it into it, nigga. You see, these are the motherfucking Dexter's Laboratory that they try to tell you when you was a kid. All them little cartoons, that's dumb. They're racist. They out here trying to exterminate and kill all the innocent men, women, and children who ain't got no knowledge of what the fuck their enemy look and smell like, but they will be chasing his little Rice Krispie treats all night and day just to avoid the abuse because they scared of racists. Man, we alive out here. Three Nature God, I am God. We are on the front lines, nigga, putting in the true work of activism. Giving the frontline information about what it means to be a true believer in the 21st century. Monkeypox is another conspiracy to keep the white supremacist agenda alive to exterminate the poor black and Latino people of the earth because they don't give a fuck about us. But of course, all the little melonheads on the yard don't care. So I hope y'all out there in the YouTube world give a fuck.
Brazil protesters are demanding justice for Genivaldo Jesus Santos, a black man diagnosed with schizophrenia who was killed by federal police in the city of Umbaúba on May 25th. Video of the incident shows a pair of officers trapping Santos inside a vehicle after releasing a tear gas canister inside. A medical examiner later determined he died of asphyxia. On Wednesday, hundreds of protesters marched through Sao Paulo demanding justice.
Genivaldo was tortured for a crime he did not commit. A black man with mental health issues. The family begged for his life, but they were not heard.
Many Brazilians are comparing the death of Genivaldo Jesus Santos to the police killing of George Floyd in Minneapolis, which took place exactly 2 years ago.
And we gotta send love to our family out there in Brazil, because you know the black man is one family scattered throughout the entire West, from Brazil to Mexico to Hispaniola down to Puerto Rico. The black man is scattered. So when they kill one black man in Brazil, you just killed every single black man in America, nigga. So we're gonna make sure we let this thing reign from Brazil to America, all over to the world. The evil must be destroyed. They're comparing this one to George Floyd. They got their own George Floyd case now. So now we all are grieving, nigga. The jail will coming for you, bitch. Chanting is a medicine for self-control, mental health, and energy. Ya aminu la tuhikum anwalikum wa alwadikum. Amdakirullah wa man yahud daklikum. Wa awlukumul khasirun, right? Dear believing men, you must never, first of all, the Most High is talking to the man. Dear believing man, you must never let your money or your children take you away from the meditation of Allah, the Dhakirullah. So you see, when you chant, it gives you self-control, mental health. If that black dude had the Dhakirullah, he wouldn't have ran like he did. You see, that's because meditation is a cure against anxiety, fear, depression, and frustration. This is why I can continue to do what I'm doing every night and day, living in nature, still coming to give the people the hot every night and day. We're living in a time where most young black men don't got fathers, and a mother is so busy chasing money that she ain't got enough time to actually teach her kid about self-control. Right? Most youth are suffering in silence because daddy ain't home and mommy too frustrated from work all the damn time that the youth become the objects of daily mental and physical abuse. Now these young kids who just want to be taught how to have self-control, they can't calm the fuck down, they're going to now be diagnosed with a schizophrenic ADHD type of diagnosis from the government, which is going to put them on drugs. You see how this perpetual cycle of genocide continues to go? That dude in Brazil didn't have schizophrenia. It's just because the fucking world is sucking your soul and is sucking and calling your fucking life away from the God that niggas become so consumed by it that they don't even have time to raise their kids no more, son. Ya aminu la tuhikum amwalikum wa aladikum abdakirullah. Nigga, don't ever turn away from the meditation of Allah. You're gonna become a zombie. You're gonna become a Smith. See, this is in the chapter Al-Munafiqun, sir, number 63, verse number 9, because I smile with my Lord. I'm smiling with my Lord because there's a whole lot of fakery out there. A whole lot of fake Muslims acting like they know how to practice Islam in the city of New York. They don't know a motherfucking thing, ain't that right? Evolution is constantly happening like the sun and the moon's orbit, like the night and the day cycle. وَخُوُوا مَكُونَ أَيْ مَكُونْتُمْ Elohim wa ta'malun basirun. He is wherever you are watching what you do. The Elohim wa is watching what the fuck you're doing right now. Everywhere you are, nigga, he's watching. Men mostly forgot about the evolution of the mind. Why can't he fight for the poor, take care of his kids, protect his woman from predators? Why did that black boy run away? Feed and shelter the poor, give a smile, help the needy, defend the orphans, or publicly condemn injustice like Jesus, nigga. Oh, was that him over there laughing at the man who can't? Wahuhu alim bi ta'sadir. Because Allah knows what's in that man's chest. Allah knows he's a coward. And he has something to say about the poor man who live in nature. I am 3 Nature God. We are actually live. We got a whole bunch of traffic all around me literally right now. But I'm right now in the midst of a live stream, giving the news about what's happening in the world while a whole bunch of people are watching me. Who can do it like me? I'm still keeping my discipline and balance because, see, the further you go in the spiritual path, the more discipline and self-control you get. Now I'm at that point where I'm like Buddha sitting underneath a big bell and you could just bang right on my head and I'm still going to keep my focus. This is because RGY Political Party 3, I am Nature God, we belong to this special royal class, right? La Quran Kareem fil Kitab Noon, La Yumsi Ilo Mutahirun. The recitation is holy, a book within a book, well protected for the royal priesthood to touch. Are you a Mutahirun? You have to be a Mutahirun, a noble priest, to interpret the words of the Most High. We got a motherfucking devil coming on by with the ambulance. We doing both. We doing 2 things at one time, multitasking this shit. Elohim is too royal and exalted to allow everybody to just interpret his word when that defies the logic of holy. Right? Because holy things are particular, like revelation. He don't hang out with just anybody because they're bored, but he picks and chooses his friends that can benefit his soul. That's holy. Okay? Allah picks and chooses who he knows is worthy for his word. Aksimu bi waqina jum. I swear by the actuality of the stars. Allah swearing on creation. Y'all better know this is Minister Said Makti, 3 Nature God. I am God. I'm out in the midst. I'm in the front line giving real live information while still being conscious of my surroundings. Only royal people can do that. 3 Nature God, we signing now.